And got it. I protected you.
You did. You did it.
If anybody out there knows exactly what this is, we would greatly appreciate it. More tomato plants. Nobody wants to hear about them anymore. And I'll cut it right at the base here.
Idiots.
Chaos! And then this sugar baby watermelon's been that size for about 2 months now. Let's see, what are the dogs barking at? Okay. Hello. Welcome to our channel.
I'm Steve.
Ah!
Hi, I'm Steve.
And I'm Crystal. Yes, welcome to our channel. We are doing a garden walk today. We just had dinner. So this is episode number 4 of Steve and Crystal walk through the garden at nighttime.
After dinner.
It is halfway through the month of August and things are turning red, things are turning yellow, things are turning brown that shouldn't be. And but overall, and then the sunflowers are starting to bloom. It's good. It's gonna be a good walk. We got lots of things, and I have my harvest basket with me. I've been already harvesting some of the things, and the kids love getting the crown cherries, so that's where those came from. We'll start over here.
Sure.
Near the tomatoes.
I don't know how you managed to do that one.
I think that's from a black cherry tomato from last year, because I had those growing in this bed right here, where the sweet potatoes are. This morning when I came out here, the bottom here had a bunch of tomatoes that had just fallen off, so that's what's in some of this basket right now. But I'm going to try and leave them on there as long as possible so that they turn red on the vine. But we have some black cherry tomatoes that are turning nice dark red color. I've been harvesting from them and they taste wonderful. And then these are Mountain Princess. When I used to buy tomatoes from the grocery store, they remind me of the tomatoes that you get, like the tomato on the vine. They're clustered together. Those are just starting to turn red. What was it, last week? I put some pea seeds in between each of the tomato plants so that once these are done producing, when I take them out, the peas will have started to trellis on here, or maybe they'll start producing around that time, so I'll get another harvest of peas. In the fall, the ones I planted over here are Mammoth Melting Sugar.
The good kind.
The good kind, yeah, Steve's favorite. And look at the marigolds. These are a different color than last year.
Yeah, they were more orange last year.
Last year they were yellow, I think.
Yeah, I made that up.
And then I have some of the bushing beans, green beans over here that are just now starting to flower. I've planted things so differently this year than I did last year. I really I'm trying to utilize the space in different ways. I started some dinosaur kale over here, and then these are just tomato plants I had left over.
What kind of cucumbers are these?
Space Saver. These ones aren't really doing that great. This one over here is. This one I've been getting cucumbers off of.
Those look good.
There's another one in here.
Oh, a day or so?
I've gotten a couple of them, but some of the leaves are dying back.
Oh, the pink oxheart.
Oh yeah, the pink oxheart.
Those things are huge.
These.
The one above it.
I almost gave up on these plants this year because last year I tried growing them in containers and they don't do good in containers. This year I got only 2 plants out of all the seeds I started. One went in a container and I've already ripped it out because it just was getting blossom and rot nonstop. But these ones are doing crazy good. So I have learned that pink oxheart needs to be in the ground.
It's huge.
It's like an ox heart. Hence the name. I got Dr. Weish's right next to it. I have some purple potted pole beans growing too, because I like to create chaos. Over here I have rutabagas.
Where's these?
This one is a Navone yellow rutabaga. And then over here I have a purple top. So those are the 2 bigger ones right now. The other ones are still growing. And then we have Abe Lincoln Ace 55 from M.I. Gardner. It's just now starting to turn red. Dr. Weish's Cherokee Purple and Sunrise Bumblebee. I started some peas in between these plants too. These ones are Green Beauty peas.
Is that basil?
Yeah, that's a basil. That was propagated basil. So it was from a cutting and I let it root and then I Stuck it in the ground over here. It smells really good. I'm trying to get as much as I can so we can dry it and get another jar for over the winter. And we have a habanero pepper plant that's finally starting to get some flowers on it. And this one's a Hungarian yellow wax. And I picked this one this morning. And then we have our Greenstalk. This is cilantro that went to seed. So I'm just kind of letting it hang out to see if I can get it to dry. And then I have more cilantro in here, some more basil.
What's this?
Oregano.
So that's doing good.
I've added it to a couple of the sauces and it's been delicious. Something has completely been eating our arugula. And this is Emily basil, which is pretty much like I think it's the same exact thing as Italian or Genovese basil. It's just more of a smaller size, I think. But yeah, this is the one from the propagated video that I did. I keep taking cuttings from it and getting more plants, and it's doing really good. So I'm gonna come back here when we're all done and cut this whole long stem.
Yeah.
And I'll cut it down right here. And I'll cut it right at the base here.
Idiots.
Chaos! I'll cut it right around the bottom here so that these leaves down here, and it will just stay nice and bushy. But then I'll put this in water and it will root. I think this is large leaf Italian basil.
Do you have any of that lemon basil?
It's right there. It smells really good. It smells like Fruity Pebbles or lemon. But yeah, I love the lemon basil. I think I might do the same thing. Cut right here and then root these ones like I did with these. But those went right to flowering. These are Sunbright. They're supposed to be turning yellow. This one's like a stuffed pepper.
Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah.
And there's purple ones behind it. This is a Grand Bell over here. I had more. I've been picking at them. I've been picking them, and I gave some away to family, and then we've been eating them too. And the California Wonder peppers are finally doing better. They seem to like the heat, I've noticed. So when it's hot out is when I start to see that they're actually growing.
Isn't there some other kind here?
Yeah, the pimento peppers are starting to turn red.
What's the bullnose?
Bullnose pimento, yep. And I went to eat one today, and these seeds were yucky. They were all moldy on the inside. I don't know how that happened.
You think a worm got into it?
I don't know. I didn't see any holes. This plant's doing good. This is a squash plant. And then I'm getting the rusty spots on the cucumber, so I'm just going to leave it.
Look at that cucumber though.
Yeah, it's still producing, and the leaves aren't wilting. They're just getting like that rusty type blight. If it's still producing and the leaves seem pretty good, I'm not going to mess with it. Unlike these ones over here.
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
I don't know which one this one is. I think this might be the Chicago pickling. Oh, that one doesn't look good, but I'm going to pick it.
The chickens might eat it.
Yeah, the chickens will eat that one.
Got some corn.
Looking okay. I guess this pink color is due to a watering issue, so not enough water, and which makes sense where it's located. So I've been watering them regularly, trying to keep them healthy. But this is popcorn. What is that?
Scallop.
Scallop squash. Good job, Steve. Those are producing.
They're tiny. We tried to grow those last year and got what? One?
We got one, and it was very small. While you're in here, I've got eggplant. Look at that. Finally. That's the first eggplant I've ever grown. I've been trying to grow eggplant for a couple of years now.
Looks like you got some more buds, so you have a...
Yep, there will be more. Butternut squash. It's doing pretty good over here. And I've seen some new growth on the plant, so maybe we'll get more. Last year we got so many. I should probably trellis them like I did last year. We have a new spaghetti squash, and that one is finally starting to get the right color. There's an acorn squash in here. The crazy ground cherries.
With the biggest hornworm ever.
Oh yeah, I'll put that photo in here.
I just can't believe the size of that thing. They'll be able.
Yeah, that was gross. It was really gross.
That's impressive.
It was the size of a finger. The blueberries over here are pretty much done producing. And then we have these Roma tomatoes. These are just plain old Roma tomatoes, organic. Burpee or fairy morse. I don't remember. But they're starting to turn red underneath here. And then I moved this crimson sprinter, was falling over, so I put it up against the trellis here. It's doing a little bit better. We have another jalapeno plant in here, Dr. Weish's, and then I did have a sugar baby watermelon in this container here, but it wasn't growing. It was dead. It wasn't doing anything anymore, so I took it out. And this is a Tabasco pepper plant that's just, it's not sure what it's doing, and neither am I. Honey nut. And what is this one? Oh, another mountain princess. So this was the garlic bed. This had all of the garlic in it. I've got 3 tomato plants in the middle. That plant right there is from a sucker that we took off of the Abe Lincoln plant behind it. And it's doing really well. I'm excited to see what we'll be able to get off of that. Got tomatoes on it and a lot of buds at the top. Over here we have some yellow summer squash that I started from seed because I was getting kind of depressed that my all the summer squash just didn't produce anything. I have 2 bushing variety peas. These aren't ones I've tried before. They're golden sweet peas. I think I got those from M.I. Gardner. I started 2 seeds in each hole, but I have 4 of them in the middle. I have the same Fruition Seeds Provider bush snap beans that we grew over there before. I have those I started here, and then on the outside I have beets. I'm really packing them in this bed to see how much I can grow in a small space. Some more silver slicer cucumbers, and then this side pretty much mirrors the other side except there's a Ford Hook zucchini plant there.
And a random
I think it's a sunflower. I'm not 1000% sure anymore. Ruby queen beets on the outside. And then this was the bed with the onions in it. While some of the onions were still in here, I just kind of feathered in some radishes. I have hailstone radishes, which are the white ones, and watermelon radishes, and then more rutabagas over here.
What is this?
That is a national pickling cucumber plant that has been struggling.
Are you doing all right?
Yeah, we're gonna see what it does. This is some sweet Bantam corn. I'm also having the issue with the watering. I'll have to keep an eye on that. They're not all doing it. I've been trying to keep it watered in here, but it's so tall. Going for the carrots again, Steve.
Did you mix in perlite?
No, problem with our garden video, someone had suggested that we mix perlite into the soil. That's a great idea. I've already sowed the carrots, but these ones are a different variety. They're not the rainbow colored ones like I think I was growing a yellow and a purple. These are just straight Danvers half long carrots, so we'll see how they did. And I did circles with the seeds, so I gotta go in. It looks like they all sprouted, and they all sprouted within a week. But I'm gonna let them get a little bit bigger, and then I'm gonna go in and start thinning them out to where they need to be. Crazy climbing beans.
I see some more beans that you gotta harvest.
Green beans?
Yeah.
But I got a huge quart-sized bag of frozen green beans yesterday from these, and when I started the bushing and then the pole ones, it worked. The timing worked out good because just as the bushing ones were done, these ones started producing. And then right here is another silver slicer. I think I'm gonna make some quick refrigerator pickles with the silver slicers, and then at the same time also can up pickles with the pickling cucumbers that are over there.
What is that pepper?
This one?
Yes.
Oh, this one's a sunrise. There was a yellow one on here, and I got excited and I picked it off and it was rotted. So yeah, these are sunrise, sunbright. Sunbright, I'm sorry. They're supposed to turn yellow.
And the one next to it's the same?
That one, no, that one's a Leja. Those ones turn red. Tiny Tim tomato with hornworm poop on it. We have the hornworms, and then we have the yellow striped army worm. Those ones have been doing some damage this year. Both yucky. I'd say the hornworm wins with the yuckiness factor, And then this is the Abe Lincoln tomato plant. The plant itself's not doing fantastic. I might need to fertilize it or something. Freaking tomatoes on them. Huge.
They might do better once those bottom two
Maybe
get taken off.
after we got all that rain, the blossoms on the top like just dried up. And here is our hot pepper bed. We had nachos for dinner tonight, so we used one of the poblanos from here, and
It was good.
a little bit of heat to it, but it was like a nice heat. It just tastes really good. I love them. Ever since we harvested the jalapenos, these ones have been getting quite large.
The peppers are definitely liking this bed. This one's rotted.
The chickens love peppers. You gonna make it? Oh, you made it! More tomato plants. Nobody wants to hear about them anymore. I just harvested a bunch of Yukon Gold potatoes from the 2 other containers in a recent video, I think. And then this is the only one I have left. So I know that there's potatoes in here. I was just trying to give the plants some more time. We have the August ambrosia watermelon.
Nothing else is.
There's cantaloupe. Lots of cantaloupe.
Kajari? Is that a Kajari above it?
I think that's Kajari. It's either Kajari melons or it's cantaloupe. I don't know. Ugh. And then there's another cantaloupe. That's cantaloupe for sure. And so is obviously that one down there. And then this sugar baby watermelon's been that size for about 2 months now. It is not growing. Let's see what the dog's barking at.
What are you guys barking at? A squirrel? What is it, Homer? It's a squirrel. It's right down there.
Is that the one that's always on the trail cam?
Probably.
Steve,
Yes.
what did we do today? We've been planning?
Possible additions to the homestead.
Ooh. Yes, we've been planning today. So I'm really excited and I hope it works out. And this is the back side, the chicken coop side.
Look at all those beans just hanging.
Green beans love these cattle panel trellises. With this rock here, it's nice because I can just step up and harvest the beans. More purple potted pole beans started on the outside. I have a loofah plant over here.
It's finally starting to do something.
Yeah, I just kept sticking seeds in the ground and finally one took. The kiwis are doing pretty good.
No, I don't think we're going to get anything.
Oh no, for sure not getting anything this year, but, oh, I see more green beans to get.
You should be trimming these things back, right?
I actually already started pruning some of them, and as soon as I did, the vines, they loved it. They started growing way more vigorously. Here's the other side of the peppers. You can see it through the deer fencing. These are poblanos and the jalapenos. The pumpkins.
Something's eating these leaves. Snail, probably, or
Maybe.
Slug. This year we actually, I feel like we did a good job because we actually let the vines go out on their own. Last year we had them packed in so tight that we just ended up getting powdery mildew.
Yeah, I mean the powdery mildew is going to come no matter what. I like the way that we did it this year, and I like the fact that we have all this mulched area just to let them kind of go. And you know, they get runners. So once the pumpkins actually start growing, I trim back some of the runners. And I have a Lady Godiva one here. And yeah, they're sharp. And we have a bunch of sugar pies. These are our strawberries. They're getting tired.
They produced a lot this
They
year.
did. For us, they did. We did pretty good. I have enough to make some jam with the blueberries. So I'm going to be doing that soon. I'm going to walk around this way. Yeah, I mean, there's powdery mildew, and I can come in with neem oil.
Last year you had to cut all the leaves off though.
It helped. They were dying, that's why. I can come in with neem oil and or that milk water mixture. Helps with powdery mildew. We have our Connecticut field pumpkin. So pretty. We had so many pumpkins last year. I don't know if we're gonna have that many this year.
Are massive.
Look at these things. All right, go stand in there. Let's get a gauge here. So if you're 6'2", These are close to 11 feet, 10 feet,
Probably 10 feet.
10 feet. No zinnias. Wow, look at the Abe Lincoln tomato.
Yeah, that's huge. Good thing I like salsa.
I have such hopes for this area here. I built this stone wall over the past couple of years of just rocks we've been plucking out from around the yard.
Most of these rocks, though, were buried where the garden is.
Yes, a lot of them. A couple of years ago, I actually threw wildflower seeds in here. So I think an echinacea that I missed.
And it's filled with lily of the valley.
Lily of the valleys are in here, and a bunch of other stuff. And then I have some perennials planted in there in the front, other ones. I don't even want to show these.
They're not happy at all.
They're terrible.
What else to do?
Yeah, we aren't gonna get any grapes this year. There's no way. I mean, look at these leaves. Just awful. There's nothing left. And then the rest of the problems are like this rusty color to the leaves. Looks like a scab maybe. There's nothing left to them. There's no sign of any grapes growing at all. It's disappointing, but next year, I'm already planning ahead.
Next year, net it.
Next year we're going to be doing netting that the Japanese beetles won't be able to get through. And I'm going to figure out what they need nutritionally and maybe offer them some sort of fertilizer and learn a little bit more about the grapes. I did not do that this year. I'm glad to see there's not swarms of them on there anymore. It was so gross.
And this we really got to come in and cover.
Once we start chipping, we'll have a lot of wood chips that we can throw in here. Our apple trees look okay. You know, pretty good. How quickly the weeds take over. What are those orange things?
Is that honeysuckle?
We should ask them about the mushroom.
Oh.
We have a question for you.
Yeah.
We know nothing about mushrooms. We have one of those plant identifier apps that tells us if it's poisonous and stay away and like all this other stuff. But we don't know enough about mushrooms to be able to identify it, or why people actually stop their cars
And come onto our property
to look at said mushrooms. Here's the mushroom in question. Now, our plant identifier app has called it a variety of different things. If anybody out there knows exactly what this is, we would greatly appreciate it. I don't believe it's one that's worth a ton of money. That would be nice to know. I think they grow all over this tree, and
it's also starting to get that brown fur.
But we removed a lot of the trees that were in here this past fall, and this section got a lot more sunlight than it normally would get. I don't know if that's what helped or promoted the growth at all, but yeah. So if anybody knows what that is, please leave a comment down below and tell us.
Solid.
That'll do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and got it. They protected you.
You did it. I'm gonna walk to the front, or at least into the sun, that there isn't any.
If you happen to know what that mushroom is, please leave a comment down below. We would really appreciate it. And that'll do it for this garden walk video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did,
Thumbs up it.
thumbs up it, and we will see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.